Let's get it started by CA Ravi Agarwal. All that you require is Audit Chalisa before you. Alright, so in CA final auditing, there are total 36 standards. Out of 36 standards, 35 standards talks about standards on auditing. One standard talk about quality control, that is SQC1, and 35 standards talks about standards on auditing. Out of the 35 standards, there are 6 series altogether, starting from 200 series till your 700 series. Let's learn name and number one by one. We start with 200 series. So 200 talks about overall objective of the independent auditor and conduct of audit in accordance with standards on auditing. Okay, so it talks about two things: overall objective of the independent auditor and conduct of audit in accordance with standards of auditing. All right, 210, it talks about agreeing the terms of audit engagement. Agreeing the terms of audit engagement. 220, quality control. 220, quality control for an audit of financial statement. So we've learned three. So what is 200? Overall objective of the independent auditor and conduct of audit in accordance with standard of auditing. 210, agreeing the terms of audit engagement. 220, quality control. What? Quality control for an audit of financial statement. Quality control for an audit of financial statement. 230, audit documentation. 230, audit documentation. Whenever you hear 240, fraud. What? Auditor responsibility relating to fraud in an audit of financial statement. What did you say? 240, auditor responsibility relating to fraud in an audit of financial statement. Okay. 250, consideration of law and regulation in an audit of financial statement. What? Law and regulation. Yes, 250 talks about consideration of law and regulation in an audit of financial statement. Okay, I got it. So you said 200 is overall objective of an independent auditor and conduct of audit in accordance with standard of auditing. Okay, 210 you said agreeing the terms of audit engagement. 220 you said quality control. What? Quality control for an audit of financial statement. 230, audit documentation. 230, audit documentation. 240, fraud. Acha, the auditor responsibility relating to fraud in an audit of financial statement. What? Auditor responsibility relating to fraud in an audit of financial statement. 250, consideration of law and regulation in an audit of financial statement. Okay, yeah, consideration of law and regulation in an audit of financial statement. 260 and 265, communication with TCWG. Okay, communicating with TCWG is 260, but communicating the deficiency in internal control to TCWG, 265. Okay, you mean that normal communication with TCWG standard 260, but if you are communicating deficiency in internal control to TCWG, 265. But 299 is joint audit of financial statement. What? Joint audit of financial statement. 299. Okay, so this is all about 200 series where there were 9 standards. So one by one, let's quickly revise again. 200, overall objective of the independent auditor and conduct of audit according to standard of auditing. 210, agreeing the terms of audit engagement. 220, quality control for an audit of financial statement. 230, audit documentation. 240, fraud, the auditor responsibility related to fraud in an audit of financial statement. 250, law and regulation. Acha, consideration of law and regulation in an audit of financial statement. 260, 265, communication with TCWG. 260, communication with TCWG. 265, communicating the deficiency in internal control to TCWG. 299, joint audit of financial statement. Okay, so now we turn to 300 series. See, there are 4 standards in 300 series. For 300, 320, 315, 330. Okay, 300. Whenever you hear 300, what strikes your mind? Planning. Whenever you hear 300, what strikes your mind? Planning. Planning in an audit of financial statement. Planning what? Planning an audit. Planning an audit of financial statement. 315 and 330 is related. So let's take 320 first. Materiality. Materiality is where? Materiality in planning and performing an audit. Okay. Materiality in where? Materiality in planning and in performing an audit. Okay. So 300 talks about planning and audit of financial statement. Planning and audit of financial statement. 320, materiality in planning and performing an audit. Materiality in planning and performing an audit. Okay. Now 315, 330 talks about risk of material misstatement. If you want to identify and if you want to assess the risk of material misstatement through understanding entity and its environment, it is 315. But if you want to response to the assessed risk which was identified and assessed in 315, that is 330. Okay, so once again, let's have it. There are four standards: 300, 320, 315, 330. 300 talks about planning and audit of financial statement. 300 talks about planning and audit of financial statement. 320 materiality, where in planning and performing an audit. 315, 330 are related. 315 talks about identifying and assessing the risk of material misstatement through understanding entities environment. But 330 responds to the assessed risk. 315 is identifying and assessing the risk of material misstatement. 330 is response to the assessed risk in 315. Okay, so this is about 300 series. Let's go to 400 series. There are only two standards, that is 402 and 450. Whenever you hear 402, it's audit consideration relating to an entity using service organization. What did I say? Audit consideration relating to an entity using service organization. Okay, so you are saying 402 audit consideration relating to an entity which uses a service organization. Yes, I'm talking about an entity. So audit consideration relating to an entity using a service organization, that is 402. But if you talk about 450, it's about misstatement. Oh, evaluation of misstatement. Yes, evaluation of misstatement identified during audit. Okay, so 402 is audit consideration relating to an entity using service organization. 450 is evaluation of misstatement. Okay, evaluation of misstatement identified during audit. So let's quickly revise 300 400 series once again. We saw that there are four standards in 300 series and two standards for 400 series. So 300 series: 300 planning and audit of financial statement. 320 materiality, where in planning and performing an audit. 315, 330 were related. 315 is identifying and assessing the risk of material misstatement to understanding entity and SMR. 330 is response to the assessed risk. Now 400 series, two standard weather to 402, 450. 402 is audit consideration relating to an entity using service organization. 450 is evaluation of misstatement. Okay, so now we turn to 500 series. You find that there are 11 standards in 500 series. 500. Okay, so 500 we know, yeah, audit evidence. 500 audit evidence. When you come to 501, it's audit evidence of specific consideration for selected item. Audit evidence of specific consideration for selected item. Oh my god. So 500 is audit evidence. 501 is audit evidence of specific consideration for selected item. Okay, 505. Oh my god, I know this. External confirmation. Okay, so let's start once again. That's 11 standards, so we've covered already 3. 500 is audit evidence. 501 is audit evidence of specific consideration for selected item. Okay, 505, I know this. External confirmation. 510, not to confuse with 210. 510 is initial audit engagement, including opening balance. What? Initial audit engagement, opening balance. Okay, 520, I know this. Analytical procedure. Okay, heard it in IPCC also. Intermediate. 520 analytical procedure. 530 audit sampling. 520 analytical procedure. 530 audit sampling. Let's do it once again, please. Okay, 500 audit evidence. 501 audit evidence of specific consideration for selected item. 505 external confirmation. 510 initial audit engagement, including opening balance. 520 analytical procedure. 530, I know this, audit sampling. Okay, 540. 540, you talk about estimate. No, you talk about estimate. Yes. So what is it? 540 auditing accounting estimate, including fair value accounting estimate and related disclosure. Tell me 5 times, please. Okay, let's see it. Audit accounting estimate, including fair value accounting estimate and related disclosure. What estimate? What kind of estimate? Auditing accounting estimate, including fair value accounting estimate and related disclosure. Come again. Auditing accounting estimate, including fair value accounting estimate and related disclosure. Auditing accounting estimate, including fair value accounting estimate and related disclosure. Auditing accounting estimate, including fair value accounting estimate and related disclosure. Oh wow, it's estimate. Auditing accounting estimate, including fair value accounting estimate and related disclosure. My 540 is done. Okay, now rest, there are 4 more standards. 550, I know this, related party. 560 subsequent event. 570 going concern. 580 WR, that is written representation. 550 you said related party. Okay, 560 subsequent event. 570 going concern. 580 WR written representation. Let's do it once again. 500 Audit evidence. 501, audit evidence of specific consideration for selected item. 505, external confirmation. 510, initial audit engagement including opening balance. 520, analytical procedure. 530, audit sampling. 540, oh, I know this, auditing accounting estimate including fair value accounting estimate and related disclosure. 550, related party. 560, subsequent event. 570, going concern. 580, WR, written representation, my favorite. Oh, there, see, next series is 600. There are three standards only. Okay, say with me. 600, 610, 620. What? 600, 610, 620. 600 is, say once again, AIE. Say AIE. 600, 610, 620. AIE. A is using the work of other auditor. A, auditor. I, internal auditor. E, expert. 600, 610, 620. 600 is using the work of other auditor. A. 610 is using the work of internal auditor. I. 620 is using the work of auditor expert. E. AIE. Using the work of other auditor. 600. Using the work of internal auditor. 610. Using the work of auditor's expert. 620. So very simple. 600, 610, 620. AIE. Auditor, internal auditor, auditor's expert. Now let's go to 700 series. 700 series, there are 6 standards and you are done with 35 standards. See, 700, when you hear 700, what comes in your mind? Opinion and reporting. Opinion and reporting. Forming an opinion and reporting on the financial statement. What is that? 700. Forming an opinion, okay, and reporting on the financial statement. 700 series. Okay, so 700 is forming an opinion and reporting on the financial statement. But if you want to modify that opinion, then it comes 705. Modification to the opinion in the independent audit report, that is 705. But first we have to do 701. 701 is communicating CAM in the independent audit report. What? Communicating key audit matters in the independent audit report. 700 is forming an opinion and reporting on the financial statement. Okay, 701 is communicating key audit matter in the independent audit report. 705 is modification to the opinion in the independent audit report. Now there's 3 more. 600 is EOM and OM. What? 706 is EOM and OM in the independent audit report. Emphasis of matter paragraph and other matter paragraph in the independent audit report. That is 706. 710 is comparative information. And 720 is auditor's responsibility relating to other information. Can you I want to do it once again. All right, sure. 700 is forming an opinion and reporting on the financial. 2 things: forming an opinion and reporting on the financial statement. Get it? 701 is communicating the CAM in the independent audit report. 705 is modification to the opinion in the independent audit report. 706 is EOM and OM in the independent audit report. What? Emphasis of matter paragraph and other matter paragraph in the independent auditor report. 710 comparative information. 710 comparative information. 710 comparative information. 720 the auditor's responsibility relating to other information. 720. All right, so let's revise 600 series. 700 series once again. 600 series using the work of other auditor. All right, 610 using the work of internal auditor. 620 using the work of auditor's expert. AIE. 600 is A using the work of other auditor. 610 is I using the work of internal auditor. 620 is E using the work of auditor's expert. All right, so 700 series, there are 6 standards. 700 is forming an opinion and reporting on the financial statement. 701 is communicating the CAM in the independent audit report. 705 is modification to the opinion in the independent audit report. 706 is EOM and OM in the independent audit report. 710 is comparative information. 720 is auditor responsibility relating to other information. All right, and this is all about 35 standards on auditing, and there is one standard on quality control, that is SQC1. So hope now you have learned and remembered all the standards name and number. Okay, and do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel CA Ravi Agarwal, and join my Telegram channel CA Ravi Agarwal official. It's gonna be so helpful for you. All the best. Study properly. Coming up with lot of good news for you in CA Final Auditing. See you soon.